Ancient Egypt. The name Egypt comes from the Greek Egyptus, which was the Greek pronunciation of the ancient Egyptian named Ka-Ptah, mansion of the spirit of Ptah, originally the name of the city of Memphis. Dietary practices. All ancient Egyptians ate 2 to 3 meals per day. However, what those meals consisted of was greatly affected by their social status. Fun fact, it was normal for all meals, even breakfast, to be served with wine or beer. Languages. In ancient Egypt, they had many different languages that they spoke. The languages that were spoken included Afro-Asiatic phylum, Omotic, Chadic, Cushitic, Amazigh. These were closely related to languages like Amharic, Arabic, and Hebrew. Peasants and laborers. For breakfast, drank beer or ale, ate bread and onions. For dinner, had boiled vegetables, bread, drank beer, and sometimes ate meat. Nobles, at every meal, drank beer or ale or wine, ate meats, grains and bread, beans and vegetables, with extras like cheeses and butter. Priests and royalty, everything the nobles get, plus honey-roasted wild gazelle, spit-roasted duck, pomegranates and fruits, desserts like honey cake. Also, servant girls would circulate with fresh wine. Philosophy of aging. In ancient Egypt, the elderly included only a small portion of the population. Most ancient Egyptians were unlikely to live past 40 years old. Old people were respected for their experience and wisdom. A family household would often include one's aged parents, and the children would give their parents a monthly grain ration. Male-female interactions. Egyptian culture was way ahead of its time when it came to the male-female relationship. In fact, they were one of the first cultures to give women equal rights. Ancient Egyptian women were able to run a business, own and sell property, and borrow money. But most importantly, women could run the country. The first female pharaoh, Hatshepsut, began her rule in approximately 1500 BC. Family and children. Although women had equal rights, the role as a mother and wife was still the main priority. Family was and still is a huge part of Egyptian culture. Children were considered a blessing from the gods, and they took exceptional care of them. Fun facts about ancient Egyptian families. Most households would consist of a nuclear family, would typically have 8 to 10 children. Children had marriage arranged between 12 to 16 years of age, and divorce was legal. Religion. In ancient Egypt, it was said that they were polytheistic, 3100 BC, meaning that they worshipped specific animals like the Apis bull and mummified cats. Their religion was centered on the pharaoh, the ruler. This included gods with major roles in the universe, minor deities, which were demons, foreign gods, sometimes humans, and deceased pharaohs. Individuals that were a part of this religion could appeal directly to the gods for personal purposes through prayers. Practices with illness. In ancient Egypt, it was believed that gods, demons, and spirits played a big role in illness and disease. The Egyptians believed the spirits would block channels in the body and how it functions. They would use different sorts of methods as cures, such as prayers and natural remedies, and would often use both at the same time. For these natural remedies, they would go to faraway lands for herbs and spice, but usually only the higher class and rich could afford to do so. They had a document called the Ebers Papyrus. Ebers Papyrus contains over 700 formulas and remedies. Was written in 1550 BC and is 20 meters long. One of the oldest medical documents around at the University of Leipzig in Germany. Practice with death. In ancient Egypt, they had many different practices when it came to death, such as mummification, amulets, and shabbats. They could also purchase small items for the dead and place them in their tombs. You had temples if you were higher class, and items for afterlife like clothes, food, and shabbats. Shabbats are small male and female figures that are specially made for each person after they died. These are thought to help protect you in the afterlife and help manage your duties so the departed are able to relax. Amulets. The ancient Egyptians used to wear jewelry they thought helped cure illnesses and helped give protection in life and the afterlife, as well as bring good fortune. They would be placed in certain spots during the mummification process. Mummification. They would mummify their people because they believed there was an importance to the physical body in their next life, as it's the bridge between life and death. Usually only the wealthy could afford this process. Sarcophagus. A sarcophagus, a coffin, is one of the most important pieces when it comes to death in ancient Egypt. They were referred to as chests of life and would be blessed with prayers and association to protection and the afterlife. Festivals and holidays. In ancient Egypt, they celebrated three main holidays: Wepet Renpet Festival, Festival of Opet, and Festival of Koyak. Wepet Renpet. This festival is the ancient Egyptians' celebration of the new year. Festival of Opet. This festival is celebrated in the second month of the year and is the most important. It is about connection between gods, the pharaohs, and the Egyptian people. Festival of Koyak. This festival is about the Osiris, the god of the dead, who was murdered by his brother Set and revived by his wife Isis. The final question.